The reason why I think it's important, I mean, I agree with you, we have to be clear about the distinction, and if people use it loosely, it might not help. But I think the reason it's very important is that it shows that the Palestinian struggle is, as Thanasi said, not difficult. It's not some Jewish Arab thing. This is an anti-colonial struggle against a particular and peculiar legacy of the colonial period of the high point of the British Empire, which was in the 1920s. It also means, for example, amongst many particularly young radicalizing Muslims in Britain, that they can have a framework which sees this struggle is a political struggle which is of a piece with South Africa, Ireland, El Salvador, Venezuela against US imperialism, Cuba against the blockade, and so on. And so it relocates what can be seen as a sectarian Jewish Arab thing, or Muslim Jewish thing, which the Zionists would like it to be, and some of the sectarian elements on the fringes of the Muslim movement would like it to be. It relocates it into a universal picture of capitalism, imperialism, and a unity of struggle, which ties it up with the class struggles here. The final point, just merging two, is Thanasi's point about what's happening with the Palestinian movement. This kind of sentiment amongst particularly young Palestinians within Palestine, in the camps in the area, and in the diaspora from Los Angeles through to Glasgow, is still there, and it's partly BDS is a product of that because it's successful, and it's a mode of struggle which, as you said, lifts you above the factional divides. It's not that people, the sharpest element, and I agree with Monica about the sharpness of young Palestinian people, particularly you come across in Britain, the sharpest people are not, they don't equate Fatah, the people in running the Palestinian Authority, with Hamas, because they know that Hamas continues to be in opposition, so that they understand the political difference, which is objective, but they want to break through with a new form of politics. And that's part of what's happening across the Arab region as a whole. There are 370 million Arabs, of whom 60% are under the age of 30. And people are looking at how do we combine the struggle against the labour conditions, which lead to a guy trying to rescue his fish that the police had thrown into a garbage truck, getting sliced to death by a garbage truck in Tunis, with the humiliation of the whole region by imperialism, and connected to that, the lack of democratic rights. So the social question, the anti-imperialist question, and the democratic question, and the Palestinian question, fused amongst people, all speaking a common language, in terms of the standard form of it, and all knowing what's going on in Morocco or going on in Iraq and so on. This is very, very important in terms of the kind of ideas we're discussing here have resonances elsewhere, and beginning to address, well, why is it then, when we had the high period of the Arab national movement, of Nasser and so on, which had advanced so far, up to a point in the 60s, but then got thrown back. And then we had a turn to Islamist politics, and we had the Muslim Brotherhood coming in Morsi, replacing Mubarak, but unable to sustain his position and succumbing to the... So all of the great historic political strategies and ideologies have been put to the test in the Middle East and can continue to be put to the test. And this creates a very, very intense political debate. And in that debate, I think this strand of politics that many people here look to, which is to how do you link together the struggle of the poor against the rich, the worker against the boss, with the fight to change the state form to be more democratic. And because you want to do that, you have to be always angled against imperialism and finding what the central question is at any one time. That's a politics which I think is starting to have a resonance. So I say that because in the wonderful world of social media, or the one part of it that's wonderful, the discussions that you have here and things that you say and Arabs that you come across here and so on, these discussions are global discussions, and it might not seem like this is here the force that will liberate Palestine. This is not, but it's a part of it.